Candace Michelle here with monthly readings for October 2018. Who is so super excited for their monthly reading? Okay, so this is for the zodiac sign Scorpio. And Scorpio is also associated with the water sign. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into our reading today. And the first question is, what are my previous events or feelings that have recently come to pass? And that card we have is the Three of Pentacles. Okay? The message that the card wants us to know about previous events that have recently come to pass is that it reveals thoughts, and through your efforts, success is beginning to show. You should feel a sense of achievement now, along with some improvement materially. This card can bring recognition to your work, either financially or through others' acknowledgement of your talent and abilities. Although usually in more formal ways that somehow reward you, it can also show work that you enjoy and have a natural ability for. Whatever activity it may represent as the three, it shows an initial stage of completion with success obtained. So, for previous events that have recently come to pass, for Scorpio, it's saying that you have recently achieved success in matters that you are naturally have the ability to achieve. It's saying that others are starting to acknowledge this success. And so that's really, really great, Scorpio. That's really great news. The next question in our spread today is, what is currently happening in my present situation? What is happening in my present situation? That card is the Hanging Man. The Hanging Man is more so an interpretation of what is going on currently. It says that life may seem to be in a period of suspension, but this offers the opportunity to look at matters in a different and fresh perspective, which will bring a possible solution through better understanding. This card indicates self-sacrifice. Sometimes we need to let go of something in the short term to gain something considered far more beneficial in the long term. It can represent delayed gratification, which is also a form of self-sacrifice. The Hanging Man card, despite its appearance, is not one to be feared. Remember, the figure is in a voluntary position. So, for things that are currently happening in our situation, it can be interpretation as things aren't going as fast as we'd like them to go. You need to take a step back and you need to remember that just because something happens to make you happy now may not necessarily mean that it's going to make you happy in the long run, Scorpio. So definitely there is a big delay for October for self-satisfaction, self-gratification. You need to excuse me. You need to have more self-sacrifice. Like, what does that word mean to you guys? Self-sacrifice, Scorpio. Well, to me, self-sacrifice for you, Scorpio, could be meaning that it's okay for you to sacrifice something that you believe in to make others around you feel a little bit more comfortable. So let's say, for instance, that this might be a touchy topic, but let's say that you have this person and they're very religious, and they may not get your whole aspects of certain things that you gravitate more towards, but a way to self-sacrifice that will go for a greater outcome with this person would be for you to keep an open mind and maybe possibly go to church with them one day. I mean, that's kind of an example of a self-sacrifice. So yeah, Scorpio, that is what is currently happening in your situation at the current moment. So sometimes we need to let go of things if we want things to last longer. And you need to always remember, Scorpio, that the hanging man is voluntary. No one is forcing you to do a self-sacrifice. No one is forcing you to do anything that you don't want to do. But if you want things to work out for the greater good and to benefit you later on, it's okay to make little self-sacrifices. Like, another example of a self-sacrifice is say that you have a chore system with a roommate in your house and that they aren't pulling their slack with one of the chores. A self-sacrifice to make the whole situation more beneficial is for you to just do it yourself. That is another representation of a self-sacrifice. But you need to also remember, Scorpio, that no one is forcing you to do anything that you don't want to do. So please keep that in mind. Excuse me. The next card in our spread is associated with the question, what can I expect to be revealed to me in the weeks ahead? And that card is the Chariot card reversed. In the reversed position, the Chariot card signifies failure, a defeatist attitude, aggressive behavior, hostility, and unexpected loss. There also can be a tendency towards addiction or revisiting past undesirable habits, self-indulgence, lack of self-discipline, and defiance. There is a willingness to achieve your own goals at the expense of others. The card asks, have you been using unnecessary force? Remember that road rage can cause a car accident. This card serves as a warning to keep your temper in check. There is a tendency to make small problems into large ones. You may also experience your best laid plans falling apart, so be cautious. This is what you can expect to be revealed to you in the weeks ahead, and that kind of goes back to your present situation right now with making self-sacrifice. You have to decide what route you want to take, what path you want to take. Do you want to do something that's going to benefit everyone in the long run, or do you want to make a hasty decision? Do you want to have this outlandish rage, this temper about a certain situation that's going on with you, Scorpio, and for it to just like rule your entire thing that's going on? So these cards right now are telling me, Scorpio, you are in a situation that may not be desirable, and you may be sticking to your guns on this. And what it's telling you and what it's warning you is that maybe it's time to take a step back. Maybe it's time to do a little soul searching. Maybe it's time to just bite the bullet and do the undesirable thing that you really don't want to do to benefit everyone in the long run. Because if you choose not to do this self-sacrifice and you choose not to bite the bullet, it is not going to end very well in the weeks ahead. It's going to cause chaos. It's going to cause tempers. Things are going to get out of hand. Things are going to get out of control. And this is pretty much what the cards are warning you about, Scorpio. So please keep that in mind for what is going on currently in October, what is going to be revealed in the weeks ahead in October. And the next question in our spread is, what do I need to be mindful of when it concerns my health and well-being? Health and well-being. And let's see, that card is the Two of Swords. And it says that it symbolizes a stalemate situation, or one in which a deadlock exists. You may feel that you need to make a decision, yet are unable to move one way or another due to feelings of confusion. We do not see the woman's hands, so it can be assumed she is free to move. The blindfold herself is interpreted purviews against her from doing so. And that's pretty much talking about the description in the card with the Two of Swords. You have a woman and she is blindfolded, but there's no interpretation of her hands. So it's pretty much about the way that you perceive things. You assume that they're free to move one way when they're really not because of other aspects. So it is kind of like you're in a stuck situation. You don't know whether to move one way. You don't know whether to move another way. It's kind of like you're tiptoeing around in this confused daze. And it says what you need to look at is the logical reason in the situation. You need to look at things logically, and you need to try a new approach if you want to break this situation and become free of it. There is always something that can be done in the eyes of the universe. No decision is a small decision, but it's far better to take an active part in your destiny. So, Scorpio, and this is all referring back to those situations that are undesirable. And with the self-sacrifice, maybe you guys are coming out at this the wrong way, and it's causing you angst, it's causing you worry, it's starting to affect your well-being, it's starting to affect your everyday life. Maybe this has to do with a roommate situation where things are just beginning to be intolerable and you're miserable whenever you go home. I'm not exactly sure as of yet what this is, but it is a particular situation that you are dealing with. It could be work, it could be your love life, it could be just in general, just certain situations with friends. So you do need to keep all this stuff in mind for the upcoming month of October, and you need to remember to keep your temper on control. You need to put that temper on lockdown, because that's not going to help the situation. It's just going to make everything more agitated. It's going to make everything worse. And what it's saying with your health and well-being is that maybe you need to come at this situation in a different way. You need to find a new, fresh approach to deal with it if you want to change the situation. And The next card in our spread is, what are the next steps needed to move forward in my career to become more successful? And that is the fifth card in our spread today. What do I need to do to become more successful in my career? And that card is the Nine of Swords reversed. There is an indication that you are creating your own problems. You are burning yourself out. The fear you have are still present, but it is time to work through them. If you continue in this state, there is a danger of illness. Understanding your anxieties will open a new door for you. Face your demons. Don't manifest your self-fulfilling prophecy. This card can also indicate that a bad situation or nightmares are overcome. Caution is needed in financial areas. So this is definitely talking about that situation, and it is the situation that you need to deal with for the month of October, Scorpio. If you want to move forward, you need to work out your demons. Do it in a civil manner. Don't do it in a outrageous, landish temper manner. So whatever the situation may be, whether it's at work, whether it's at home, it is affecting your everything right now. And it is something that you need to resolve in order to move forward. The next question in our spread today is, in what direction is my love life headed for the weeks ahead? That card is the Three of Cups. There is an emotional happiness together with a sense of abundance and achievement. The Three of Cups represents celebrations, and it's going to be with friends and family. It also indicates weddings and christenings. The Three of Cups may also show the progress of a relationship that is emotionally fulfilling, a happy conclusion to matters, victory, and abundance. Generally, it tends to indicate reasons to celebrate with others. So, you have great things right now happening in your love life that are worth expressing your happiness with your relationship with the people that you love, your close friends, your family. It's a time for celebration. So even though that you have all this other stuff going on in your life right now, and there's a situation that you need to deal with at hand, you can have the security and the peace of mind to know that in the weeks ahead in October, your love life is okay, and that some great news is happening, and it brings time for celebrations with friends and family. The next card in our spread is associated with the seventh card in our spread, which is, what are my challenges and warnings for the weeks ahead? What are my challenges and warnings for the weeks ahead? And that card in our spread today is the Two of Swords. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not the Two of Swords. It's the Two of Wands. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. The meaning of the Two of Wands for your warnings and your challenges for the weeks ahead is that having moved forward from the energy and ideas that the Ace brought, the Two of Wands shows that the initial stages have progressed and get the project off the ground. While the Ace is wondering, a wonderful card in theory, it cannot become significant if the energy is not manifested into reality. As with all new ventures, you need to focus on your future plans and put in the required amount of effort to succeed. But the presence of this card shows that the potential exists. The energy of the two may also indicate a partnership, collaborations, and negotiations with others may be significant to your project. So these are worthy of consideration. The Two of Wands is a positive card that shows you moving in the direction of your goals and your ambitions. These are things that are warning you and are your challenges. So because this card is saying that there are new opportunities forming for you and that you have the effort to succeed in them, the warnings and the challenges is that maybe you aren't, Scorpio. Maybe you guys aren't putting your best forth effort into something. Maybe that is a challenge for you. Maybe it's warning you that in order for you to overcome some of these things that are happening, that you have to be able to find that peace and that harmony. You have to know that it is okay for you to not always tend to move forward in certain directions, and that it's okay for you guys to slow down a little bit and to observe things that are going on. It's okay for you, Scorpio, to say, I'm not happy in this situation. What do I need to do to change it? It's okay for you to not take on any big projects. It's okay for you to not do collaborations with other people. Maybe there's something that you want to work on yourself, Scorpio. Maybe it's not something necessarily that you want to have to share with someone else. And it's okay for you to tell them no. It's okay for you to not want to have to share certain things. And that is okay. And that is what's going to be your challenges. That's what's going to be your warnings for the month of October. Now, the final card in our spread today is associated with the question, something I need to let go of to move forward in the weeks to come. And it's so funny because you guys look. It's the Ace of Wands. So, something that you need to let go of for the weeks to come in October, Scorpio. It says that the Ace of Wands symbolizes the seed of an idea that you feel very excited about. The frequency has a career or business orientation. A new job or the start of a new business venture are typically situations around which this card appears. As there are a great deal of creative energies indicated with this card, it is extremely good for anyone involved in creative endeavors. Due to the element it represents, this card indicates a high degree of energy and action. So it holds a force of strength, enthusiasm, and excitement. All of the ingredients required the outset to make a venture successful. Any project started under the aspire of this card hold good promise for the future. This card can also represent an entirely new way of life, which will anticipation and excitement that such a transition would bring. It is accompanied by the Empress. It also always brings news of pregnancy or birth, literally the creation of a new life. Since the Ace of Wands is a male active energy, which is associated with the procreation, the seed of life, if a new relationship is anticipated and the Ace of Wands also presents itself, you can be assured that it is going to be quite a passionate relationship. As with everything in this reading, the energies can express, and what the energies in this card are saying is that you have all this stuff going on next month, Scorpio. You have some kind of situation that is unfavorable to you. You have great celebrations in your love life right now, but it all keeps revolving around this certain situation that's been happening, and it's warning you and telling you that you need to come at this in a civil manner. It's telling you that you need to have patience, find new creative ways to solve the problem without anger or aggression. This last card that's telling you that you need to let go of something in order for you to move forward in the weeks ahead is telling you that, maybe something's not right in the workplace. Maybe something's just quite not working the way you want it to work. And what you need to do is you need to let that aspect of your life go in order for you to move forward. If you are having these egotistical ideas in your head about ambition, or you have this pent-up idea that something's going to go a certain way, you need to let go of that idea, and you need to let things happen naturally. You need to let them come at the times they're supposed to come, and you need to take it one step at a time. But just remember, throughout this whole process that's beginning to happen for the month of October, Scorpio, is that you need to stay in a center. You need to keep your anger and aggressions in check, whatever the situation may be, because that will not have a very good outcome for you if you take it to that dark place. So whatever is going on with your situations that are coming in the month of October, be aware of them. And just come at them lightheartedly. Find new ways, creative ways to fix and solve problems without letting your temper get the best of you. You need to let go of some of these feelings and some of these things that are going on in your head in order for you to move forward. And that is our message for the month of October for Scorpio. I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and I will be doing November's monthly reading next month, so be on the lookout for that video. And if you liked my video, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can also follow me on Facebook. Bye, Scorpio!